Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, X-Wing players, and anyone who is potentially interested in X-Wing. Welcome to our channel. My call sign is BatMando, and you are looking at the time-lapse of a setup for which ThatDude95 is first player. We are playing the scenario, which is the Siege of Coruscant, and currently we're putting out all the obstacles and then starting to go ahead and put out all of the ships that go with it as well. So ThatDude95 was kind enough to come out and play this scenario, and I sent him a list to take a look at, and apparently he neglected to tell me that this would not be the list that he would fly for this mission. So we may have to do this another time so that he can actually fly a list that he has chosen for himself. I based it off of his tournament winning list with the 3 arcs and just added some extra people from the entire scenario of Coruscant's package itself. So in which case, everything that you see in here is strictly out of the package, except for the ships, obviously, so you would need to get the ships. But otherwise, everything, every card, every feature is out of this. So now, in which case, as we were getting set up, we had some different people show up, come in, come out, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and let you hear the raw audio of when our friend Mr. Roger came by and saw that this was the scenario that we were playing, and please ignore the other person that's being kind of loud and listen to this.
And basically,
I mean, I see 4 hyenas, 3 tri-fighters, and a vulture.
So just talking to him.
Oh, my bad. There's 2 vultures.
Yes.
That one blended in with
I was
the.
interested in doing a bid because I was talking to his wife, and his wife was like so ignorant.
Okay.
What? How much is this list?
25 points.
You can play 25 now?
This is, well, in this scenario,
Oh, it's for a scenario.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, really?
because invisible hand.
Misconceptions about
That's
it.
awesome. Well, it is the one crawling with vulture droids.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 15 shields.
15 shields?
He has to get through all
Jeez.
the shields before he attempts the rescue mission.
I feel like this will be fitting.
Oh, this is. Oh, shit. My bad.
What did you? You had 1 shield.
That's somewhat accurate. Well, and he was like, no, and I was like,
Okay.
I have no fear.
That is really cool. I'm excited about
He was kind
this.
of like, maybe
So hit.
he was like,
Okay,
sure.
so it will be.
Now we go on to the actual attack, and it's round 1, and I am first player in this Siege of Coruscant. And what I'm going to go ahead and tell you is that our video for this one is going to be slowing down, speeding up, all sorts of different things so that you can get more of the experience of what's going on. And first thing I want to tell you is all of my ships are going to be coming out hot, as in really, really fast. Now, we went ahead and included both of the lists there. I didn't include the features or the upgrades because these are all the standard loadouts from the Siege of Coruscant. You can see that the Separatists have 1 more ship than the actual Republic there, and in which case, this is basically everything. Now, we're about to go into some really big time lapse because I have a lot of ships that move all pretty much to the same time. You can see that they're coming out fast, and then they're going to go ahead and do some calculates. So, right now, you can see that a Tri-Fighter just went out and did a calculate, and then we have the Republic start moving out, and there's Jag moving 3 forward, kind of being a little bit cautious. I was more of the opinion of let's get everything out quick. Jag takes a focus. So my idea at this point in time is get out quick and try to shoot down as many ships as possible. So in which case, let's go ahead and listen to what's happening next.
He had those tri-fighters.
Yeah.
Those are the tri-fighters on my most current list. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with another list in the app. I most like.
All right.
The thing is, like, there's good ships in Separatists, but the best ships are the Slave One and the Rogue Fighters.
Yes.
And it's not even like the IG pilots of the Rogue Fighters that are the best pilots in it. And that's what sucks. It's like
It's like they
it's a droid faction where they put the best stuff on everything else.
It's a game about heroes, and they struggle to find.
I realize
heroes
I'm
and droids,
lacking
and
tokens
they
and
never
more and more. because what I'm trying to do.
They
But
should have
let's
just,
do
like,
this. So,
like
what
the
do you
calculate stuff was great,
lock
but they
tokens.
should have
2
made
lock
the words
tokens.
punch
2
a
lock
little
tokens?
harder or
Yeah, for
something.
Yeah, that's easy.
for click.
To balance out how squishy.
Can you just keep your
Or
tokens
lean.
out? I feel like
Squishy.
I'm forgetting quite a
But they
bit.
should also be a little bit more.
Lean into how it's spent give them more like black cards in Magic. Like
said I was
give them
gonna
sacrifices.
Look at, make sure I have everything. I just didn't consider tokens.
Give more.
Give them a kamikaze ability.
Right.
How cool would that be?
I mean, I don't think you know because it's illicit. I was gonna say you could probably put Dead Man Switch on them, but
2 lock tokens and go on your card. Okay. Right. I'm sorry. So you still have another 4 left.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
my action will be to lock.
Click is just going to go ahead and lock Jag and Wolf there. As you heard from the discussion back there, we have a lot of different opinions, and another thing we would like you to do is please subscribe to our future transmissions and click like on our videos. Leave us comments, because this is one of the things that you can definitely comment on in regards to the conversation that you heard between Definitely Not Wolf and Mr. Roger. So Shock T is going to go ahead and move 4 forward, and we're going to continue to move forward with all of what's going on in this. So Shock T is going to perform a barrel roll, and we went ahead and sped this up so that you can see everything that's going on. I'm moving those Tri-Fighters 5 forward, and then I'm going to be using Afterburners to get them into this fight as quick as possible. So we're going to refer to them as G and H. I believe in the thing I call them Gary and Harry every once in a while. Oddball moving 4 forward, and Oddball, well, it's now time for shots. So, in which case, Oddball is checking out and seeing what we got here. So, now, we go ahead and see that Click misses the fighter there. The Tri-Fighter is going to get a shot back. And I was able to knock off the extra shield from Click. So, now, in which case we're going to go ahead and see if there's any other shots. So Click is going to boost 1 forward, and I believe that's from a coordinate that Shock T does. And then Wolf also is going to perform a barrel roll forward, barrel roll. So, now, in which case we're going to go ahead and see what's going on next. We go ahead and slow down to see that we are now entering round 2, and I am first player. So we will go ahead and go back into our speed mode here in a little bit. And as you can see, all the different movement going on, it's going to take way too much for me to try to say everything there, but we went ahead and listed it for you so that you could see for yourself. But essentially, I am trying to get in there as quick as possible to get as much done as possible. So you see that we got a calculate and a jam onto Jag there. That is one of the Hyena's abilities there. So lots of ships on the screen. We're just going to have to try to keep up by just looking at your screen and seeing what's all going on there. I gotta tell you that this is going to be an uphill battle for the Republic, just simply for the sheer numbers of ships on there and the number of conditions that they have to get through in order to even attempt the rescue mission, which I believe is the only way that they can actually win the scenario. So now, my objectives at this point in time as the Separatist player is to eliminate all of the Jedi Force users on the board here, because as soon as I do that, then it's victory for me. Now, Click went ahead and performed a barrel roll there, and then you see that the Republic is still moving everything forward, taking focuses, and you have a bump there from BatDude95, so Shock T running into my Tri-Fighter there, and then we're moving Gary and Harry over there pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and blow the second Afterburners. Now, you may be saying, why is he doing the Afterburner so quick? Well, one of the awesome things about being the Separatist in this particular engagement is because if they blow up, they come back basically refreshed. So if you got it, use it. if you don't use it, you lose it, and there you have it. So, in which case, here in a second, we're going to go ahead and slow down and let you hear some of the banter that's going back and forth during regular time. And by the way, it's time for shots.
Okay. And I'll spend a calc and a second calc to make it 3 possible into the back of Shock T. Dang. Really?
That was lucky.
Really? Really, natties?
The force is strong.
That was Shock T, I see.
ThatDude95 getting very lucky with his dice, as in green dice, and we're going to go ahead and continue with the different shots going back and forth. And pretty soon, we're going to slow it back down and let you hear how a certain interaction took place. Apparently, one of my Tri-Fighters stripped the shields off of Wolf there. So now, there is an interaction that takes place with DBS 404 that we would like to highlight so that you kind of understand what all happens.
4. So, is it in fact a range 1 shot?
I sure hope not.
It is. It's a range 1 attack. So, what are you?
You gonna do advance?
Yeah, I got it. You threw me for a second. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Okay.
If I remember correctly, you potentially have a 6 die shot.
Yep, 6 die shot. Absolutely
Yeah.
right. So 6 die shot with a target lock and a focus to steal or a crit. Why did I put this here?
Do you mean to calculate?
Yeah, I did. Okay, who's this? Why did I grab the calculator? Okay, so there's a calculate. Sorry. Wow, that's not fun. Spend the lock. Duh. Actually, I'll spend the lock and keep those 2 right there.
That's better.
And we will go ahead and spend
The calc.
his calc to make it 5 possible.
5.
Mm-hmm.
8.
4.
Best possible results.
Mm-hmm.
Takes that. He has to take a damage for rolling the extra die, don't
Yes, I got to take a crit actually. So the crit is hull breach. Okay, but it's fine. If you kill him, it's not like he's going to come
He
back.
got his shot.
Yes.
He's got his value out.
He got his value out. I mean, if you kill him this round, it's not like he doesn't come back. What?
Alright,
Oh.
So as you can see, DBS 404, very useful, but also has a negative consequence when you use him with the advanced proton torpedoes or any range 1 shot for that matter. But well worth the value. Now we're going to go ahead and speed back up, and Click apparently missed the invisible hands, and Wolf is stripping a shield off of the invisible hand. So they're going to be taking a lot of shots at the invisible hand, which is that rectangle shape that you see in the top, or I'm sorry, middle right portion of your screen there. And we apparently had Shock T ionize the invisible hand, which now means that basically before it was ionized, I was able to put down 1 free evade. Now that the ionized marker is on there, or I have been ionized, I can no longer just put that one down. So apparently one of my hyenas delivered a hit crit, but the crit was not mentioned, so we will just go ahead and continue. And now we see that one of my vultures missed Jag. So we're still going to continue to go through all the different shots, and apparently my Tri-Fighter has got a shot, or a bullseye shot on Wolf there, and delivers 2 crits. So now, lots of different things going on here that may be the reason that we're not going to highlight every single crit, every single thing as we normally would in a field report. But Jag apparently delivered a fuel leak onto one of my ships, which is going to be very bad later, I promise. Now, we have Bactoid delivering a hit and crit, but did not state which crit was there. So Ladies and gentlemen, we very much appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully if you were ever thinking about playing this particular scenario, that you go ahead and try it out. We will go ahead and give you this advice, and that is make certain to pack a lot of the cardboard tokens. Some of you, like myself, may like your own acrylics and everything else, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you may not have enough. So now we're entering into round 3 of the Siege of Coruscant, and ThatDude95 is going to be our first player. But I still have initiative 1s, and we're going ahead and moving forward and everything else. I'm going to be a little bit risky after moving 1 forward and taking a barrel roll very close to that rock. I basically scratched the paint on the back of it, and then I link it into a lock onto Shock T. Now, if you are not very familiar with Vulture Droids, we are about to do a 1K turn, and yes, they can actually do that. So, in which case, you see that jag there, there's the bump. Tried to move forward. Apparently, ThatDude95 did not want to be first player for that reason. And we're moving some ships out of the way so I can do a 3 bank. Now, you can't see it, and neither can I. There is an obstacle on the side where I wanted to go, but I have to go in the opposite direction because I couldn't see it. So I'm sorry if you can't see it at home, but I promise there is an obstacle there. So I am now having one of my hyenas perform a barrel roll, and I'm going to go ahead and scoot him as forward as possible because I'm trying to get out of... Oh, and there's another bump that... Again, I was attempting a 1K with that vulture. So now, the bumps, or I'm sorry, the talon roll, I was attempting to, oh, and there's a Senor's loop. Okay, so obviously a lot of things going on here, but as I was trying to say with the talon roll, I was trying to be in the way of Oddball when he moves, so we'll see how that all turns out. Speaking of moving, oh my goodness, Shock T clears a 2 forward over there. It was really, really close. I thought that I had her blocked, but that's just not the way it was. Shock T goes ahead and locks the invisible hand. And then I'm performing another talon roll with DBS 404 there. And I'm going to go ahead and move him back because I am a little bit worried about where I'm going to end up in Oddball's arc. Now, looks like we're attempting a 3 forward there, seeing if, nope, apparently he clears it. So we thought that there may be a bump next to that vulture, but apparently that is not the case, as you saw right there. So now moving right along, we're locking the invisible hands and continuing on with trying to get as many shields knocked off of that thing as possible. So now we're going to go ahead and see what movement comes in next, but we got to, oh, Tri-Fighters are locking on to Shock T. So both of them did a hard turn, and both of them did a target lock. And when we get to engagements, I will calculate, as you can see right there, both of them. And then Obi-Wan coming in hot. For those of you who may have missed it, during round 3, you are allowed to have some reinforcements come in, and now it's time for shots. So, in our first shot, you see that Anakin misses the invisible hands. Yes, it's hard to believe that he missed the broadside of a barn. I think his son will do better. Anyway, we're talking about Obi-Wan stripping 2 shields off. Oddball's about to get some shots. Listen in as what happens.
Okay, so...
Land veteran tail gunner at range 1 into F. Yes.
Really? What did F ever do to you?
Everything. What did it cost you? Everything.
Oh, come on. I need something. Okay, hold on. Let's see here.
Contingency stuff?
I'm seeing if I can actually transfer that. Nope, it has to be a calculate token. I was looking at that. I'm seeing if I can transfer that over. So that was 2 normal hits, which means 2 crits. So let's see here. The first crit, direct hit, which means that this comes up, weapons failure. And then,
But then your actual crit.
So the next crit, which is a fuel leak again. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so from this fuel leak, bam, and then from this fuel leak, damage engine. So All right, I think you went
think
a
you need a
little
picture of that.
extensive, or I'm just going to put it on the camera right there. So, all right.
In order.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put that all out in order. Okay, so what started with a first hit, regular damage, then went to a hull breach, spawning fuel leak, then went to a direct hit, which means that the next damage needs to be served face up because of that.
And that turns over the direct.
Weapons failure. So, and then we have another fuel leak. So this comes up as a crit, and then finally the other hits from the second fuel leak. So, yeah, there you have it. Eat your heart out, pal. Okay, as I just do that again. So, what do you know? I think he's dead.
Yes.
Just maybe.
Extra.
Every once in a while, you just get a domino effect like that, and we thought you would find it entertaining just to watch because, wow. So if that ever happens to you, yes, it's normal. Sometimes it just does. Speaking of which, Shock T just took 2 damage from a droid tri-fighter back there, and then I'm following up with the one that's at range 1 now. So Gary got the 2 damage in, and then Harry goes ahead and kills off Shock T. So, now, we're still continuing on, and we're going through and seeing, well, looks like Click is going to go ahead and fire into the invisible hands. And, what do you know, taking another shield off of the invisible hands. This is what you got to do as the Republic, to just whittle that thing down and do your best. So, Wolf stripping 3 shields off of there. And then Wolf is going to go ahead and take a shot backwards. So, now, it doesn't matter which one that he's firing at because they both can share calculate. So, Wolf misses the Tri-Fighters altogether there. And then we had to do some range ruler check there to make certain that Jag actually had a range 3 shot, and apparently does, and strips another shield off of there. Funny enough, the invisible hand actually does get to roll 1 defense die if it's at range 3. So, now, my Tri-Fighter there misses Jag, and then the Vulture misses Jag. We were really trying to get Jag taking off the board this round, but there just wasn't anything that could be done. So now we transfer on over here to the Hyena that is stripping a shield off of Oddball there. So still going through trying to see who's going to be shooting next. And apparently I was able to nearly kill Wolf with the Bactoid there. And now, using the Vulture droid that turned around to shoot at a couple of Jedi, it kind of seems ambitious, but apparently completely missed. Shocker there. And now we're going to check in with the Invisible Hand. So we're about to see that DBS 404 is going to respawn. So come back for part 2. Same BatMando time, same BatMando channel. And as always, BatMando out.